recording चालू करू दे मॅडम.
Okay.
Okay, start.
Good afternoon and very warm welcome to all our participants and faculty members.
Camera on.
Ma'am,
Or
is it okay if I don't?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start it again. Good afternoon and very, very warm welcome to all our participants and faculty members who have joined us today in this session. Myself, Bhagyashri Hadkar, student of Diploma in Food Technology, Semester 6, welcomes you to this webinar. PVP and Center of Vocational and Technical Education has organized this webinar on journey from PVP to Birmingham. Our today's guest speaker of this webinar is Ms. Vaishnavi Vora. It is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Vaishnavi Vora as she is also our alumni. So I request our HOD madam, Mrs. Anagha Sapre ma'am, to welcome our guest speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Bhagyashri. Okay, thank you, Vaishnavi, for joining. And let me tell you, participants, that Vaishnavi is our alumni. She passed out in 2018, and then she has gone there to UK for further studies in the University of Birmingham, and she is doing a course on bakery and patisserie. She'll tell you detail about her journey. That is why we are here. So let me tell you, as a student, she was always a topper for all the semesters. Am I correct, Vaishnavi? And she always used to take part in, many co-curricular activities. And two such activities which I remember, Vaishnavi, are that World Chocolate Day, which we celebrated.
Yeah.
And she created a beautiful globe of chocolate. If Surekha
Yes,
ma'am
ma'am.
can show you that globe.
Yes, ma'am. I will share that.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about it.
So
Yeah.
we are taking you down the memory lane. See,
Yes, ma'am. It is shared.
see, all of you can see this. This was the globe which is made up of chocolate, and she had prepared it in college. And you see how beautiful it is made. Correct? Okay. And there was a newspaper article which had come. So she had prepared this plus some chocolates and some cupcakes, if I remember, Vaishnavi, right?
Yeah, that I remember.
And then we had distributed it to street children. We gone to one school, and we had distributed it to street children. And the way, they reacted, it was really
Yeah, that was really humbling.
Yeah. So that is what. And another thing I remember is the co-curricular activity which you participated was food safety quiz.
Yeah.
Which you participated. It was a national level food safety quiz. And let me tell you, students, that there were graduates, I mean the institutes like UICT and all, where graduate students were there. And these people won over them in the first two rounds and came to semi-final round. So they were really appreciated by those hosts also who had conducted this quiz. So then that is what I thought I would like to refresh your memory with these two incidences, which I remember really. And so other things I think you will tell about yourself journey. So over to you, Vaishnavi.
Yeah. So hi, my name is Vaishnavi Vora. I passed PVP in 2018, post which I came to Birmingham to pursue my bakery and patisserie technology course from University College Birmingham. So since then I have been here. This is my final year. I just submitted my dissertation on replacing egg whites with pea protein in baked products. So I just finished that, but I still have more modules, and then I'll be in the same position as most final year students are looking for a job. So at PVP, what I mainly realized was I like baking. Like I really still like baking, but that's not the career for me. I'd like bakery technology over just baking or pastry chef or whatsoever the culinary route for that stream is. So as soon as I joined the food technology course, I knew that I didn't want to just bake because uh, it's nice if you like baking for your friends or so or family on birthdays or occasions. But if you see career-wise, it did make me realize that bakery technology was the thing. Although it's a very, very narrow stream, but if you still keep your other options open, like if you're still interested in fruits and vegetable, meat, poultry, or other things like just that's not the option anyway. More things like specifications technology or process technology or even legislations, because that's a very big thing. I mean, people are given so much importance, the ones who work in that department. So I did realize that's not the thing. So when I was looking for a course abroad, I definitely wanted to go abroad. So I didn't look for a bakery and patisserie courses because there are so many that just offer you 1 year straight how to just bake in a kitchen. But I certainly didn't want to do that. I wanted to do bakery technology. So the technology was more highlighted than the bakery for me. So I joined UCB because I found out that that's the only college that provides you a 3-year degree in bakery technology. So currently, my course does consist of making breads and pastry things and afternoon tea kind of things, but that's not the only thing. That's a very small part of my course. So we do have things like food safety and hygiene, bakery and patisserie, ingredient functionality, food technology, and other things like microbiology. Then we do have bread, but then another module was contemporary bread production. So our assignment consisted of the weight legislation for bread. So we had to make 50 loaves of bread and then weigh each one of them. And according to the UK law, decide like, will they be approved or rejected? And then we had to suggest what the production team can do to improve the efficiency. And then we had other modules like um, food production management. So we had assignments like we had a game in which we have to estimate or make a production schedule. So we all were into teams, and then the team who wins at the end, I mean, who makes the highest profit. So estimating, making a production schedule, all those are also important things which you should learn over your degree course. So that did make me realize like bakery is fine, but you need to have more knowledge about things. Also, I mean, what I did at PVP was just a starting point. So it was a lot more than the gluten containing just glutenin and gliadin. That was like the easiest bit. So at UCB, they do take you in depth about the sulfahydryl disulfide bonds and everything within the bread. So that's really nice to see. So post which, alongside actually UCB, I took up a part-time job at a bakery, artisanal bakery in Birmingham itself. So it was a small local bakery, and fortunately, I was trained both for making bread and cakes and pastries. So across the globe, the products like cruffins, cronuts, they're really trending. So I make those there, and a lot of sourdough because globally sourdough is really, really trending. And most top companies are investing in sourdough technology. So I've had good enough experience of making sourdough for 2.5 years. And fortunately, last year, my university has tied up with a lot of companies, and our alumni, one of the faculty members from UCB, she used to work with Dawn Foods. So they had a good connection with her, and they launched a student ambassadorship program where they did it for their PR for 100 years celebration. So I got an opportunity to be the student ambassador of Dawn Foods. So while my time at Dawn Foods, I used to write articles about the topics that they used to give me, like Easter NPD or cakes around the world. So luckily, I had the opportunity to write an article about cakes from India for the British Baker magazine, which is the topmost bakery business magazine in the UK. And I also had the opportunity to get interviewed by the British Baker magazine about how is it to study during a pandemic, how is the student life affected, or more so your practical knowledge about baking. And yeah, that's it. That's my experience. I also worked as a pastry chef at an Italian restaurant, although that was really brief. So I'm still currently working at an artisanal bakery, and I hope to work as a researcher or NPD in bakery very soon in coming few months. So my time at PVP really helped me to understand the various departments that are available, or maybe the choices you have further in your career. So my advice to all of you would be, like, throughout the 3 years, like, pick up the subjects that you really like and then look for a course that specializes. Like, overall food technology knowledge is really helpful, but then specialist roles yield you a lot more specific jobs which pay you a lot higher. And of course, if you are a specialist in some things like packaging specialist or innovation and development specialist, your position in the company entirely changes than just an overall food technologist. So make sure you pick out what you really like and enjoy. Be always aware of the legislations around the world, just not India. And just read a lot, actually, because there are so many things that are different here in the UK than India, like allergen awareness or laws that are just pertaining to allergens. And it's not just gluten, soy, and all of that. Allergens like sulfur dioxide, lupin, then sesame, so many others. So officially there are 14 allergens here, and they are very strict. Even the bakery where I work, they have to have the allergen labeling on their website when they give the product everywhere. Otherwise, they can be sued. So keeping yourself updated with information all around the world, because if you choose to work in an international company, you need to be aware that the counterpart in the other part of the world, when you communicate with them, you need to be aware of things they will be very strict about. So I don't know what more to say, but if you all have any questions, or if ma'am would like to ask, ma'am would like me to speak about something in particular. Also, I'm really thankful to Anaga ma'am that she gave me the opportunity to participate in the quiz, or always pushed me to do better, because I do put all of that in my CV currently, that I did the bakery thing for an orphanage, or even the quiz. I do mention all of that on my CV. So even if you just participate, it's fine. You can still write about it, that you at least made an effort. Luckily, I never expected to be even first in the Bombay round of the quiz. It was really surprising. Going into the quiz with so many other colleges like UDCT and some colleges from Goa, and all of them, they looked like they were a lot more prepared than us. But yeah, even the semi-final round, like, we were third still. But at least go for it. Like, at the most you will lose. That's what ma'am says. And that's really the attitude I like to develop over time, just not at SNDT, even after that. If you just go for it, at the most, you might not win it. That's it. So
I think semi-final also you were the two were selected and we were the third one, correct?
Yeah. which is still fine, but it's good. At least you got an opportunity and see what other people stand. I mean, you're standing amongst others. So that's still good. And just participate in everything you can, probably.
Vaishnavi.
Build your CV that way. Always think about building your CV.
Yes, Vaishnavi.
Yeah.
Yes, Vaishnavi is also sincere in my subject, computer subject, and she has also done her assignments very nicely and completed in within a time. Vaishnavi, I just request you just little bit more elaborate about the computer activities or computer part of computer in your today's
I
life.
must thank you, ma'am. You know that actually everything in the UK is computer based. Even if not for the pandemic, I had to submit my assignments online. Everything had to be done on the Word. So things like arranging things alphabetically just by the help of one icon or line spacing, everything helps. Every single thing, because here they are very particular about the formatting. Like if you want to get the good mark, you have to be able to format according to their standard. So when they put things like specifications like line spacing has to be 1.5, then margins and everything, they're so particular. So I would like to thank Sureka ma'am for teaching everything beforehand, because it does really help you in the future.
Yes, because no students are just getting the question that we are from the food technology and why this computer subject is there in
No,
our.
it's absolutely important, because when you start working, you have to work through your PC, and your documents have to be presentable on a company level and not just like a normal document. It's not your assignment. So you need to be aware about things like margins, line spacing, formatting. So it's really helpful.
Yeah.
Even CorelDRAW, if you want to just design a logo or something, you need to know about it.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, for taking this aspect in your this communication. Yeah. So, student, this is a very important actually. So, do not ignore this computer subject also.
So personally, I thought the microbiology that Vaishali ma'am taught was a lot better than here. Although the equipments are really modern, like really forward, but we had a far better practice at PVP, like T-streaking and all of that. That was a lot better taught by Vaishali ma'am in India.
Vaishnavi, can you just tell about some new products which you have developed during your, you said something about Dawn Bakery. You developed some
actually I
products
didn't.
for this.
I was supposed to go to their factory, which is 2 hours from my place. But because of the pandemic, I couldn't really go. Otherwise, we were supposed to work in association with their application and development chef. But they used to send their products at my home, and I used to make recipes with it and click pictures and send it to them. And then they posted it on their social media, on their website, on Instagram or Facebook or everywhere. That was more of a promotional thing. But for my dissertation, which is my final year project, I developed a product in which I replaced egg whites with pea protein. So ingredients like whey protein isolate, pea protein, soy protein, then faba beans, lentil, chickpea water, all are really trending across the world. And there are a lot more researches on that, because of various parameters, egg allergy including one. So if you have a more detailed look at the allergies and how companies are trying to combat the allergies, and more than just the allergies, veganism, flexitarianism, all those are the trends that you must definitely have a look into, because it's not just the UK, it's all America, Australia, everywhere where the veganism rate is going so high. It is estimated that a quarter of the British population is already vegan, and in coming years, by 2025, the number is going to just double. So if you just keep yourself updated with all this information, if you work in companies like which are international, so you would know what the demand of product is there and how you can adapt it as per Indian market. Yeah, just go beyond the studying bit, like keep yourself updated with knowledge from research papers or even bakery magazines or normal food technology, food processing technology magazines.
Okay, okay. Students, anybody wants to ask anything? Please ask any question.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Can I ask one question?
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Vaishnavi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. I just wanted to ask one question: that when did you thought that you should go, or you should shift your place like to Mumbai to Birmingham? Like when did you thought of going London?
I always wanted to go abroad, but my parents thought like 18 is not the age where you send your kid abroad. So I really wanted to go. And then I had already decided after my 10th, I wanted to do food technology, or I was really intrigued by bakery ever since I was in 9th grade. So I definitely wanted to do that, and I wanted to go abroad. It was just the fact that the course that I wanted to do was in UK. So I chose UK. But yeah, I mean, just when I finished the course in the final year, I was already through the process of uh, putting my application through, because I remember asking Anaga ma'am to give me a recommendation letter. So yeah.
Okay. So did you give any exams before going London and some?
It depends, because certain universities will ask you for certain like
Language exams.
Not language. I didn't have to give it because for my university, it was just the score of 12th grade English that mattered. But you might have to give IELTS or CAT or some other examinations. Like you need to see the university and what their requirements are.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vaishnavi. It was good talking to you.
Thank you.
Anybody else wants to ask anything?
Ma'am, this is Jarna here. Can I add something?
Of course, Jarna.
Good evening, all. It just made me think over that when I was a student like yours, I also used to wonder why computers, why bookkeeping, accounting was included in our subject since we were doing food technology. But now I recollect what Surekha ma'am said, that computer plays a very, very important role, a subject in computers, because it's going to help you, like Vaishnavi added, it's going to help you a lot in making your projects or doing something that's related to your assignments. And bookkeeping, now I realize that when you head a department, or in fact when you become an entrepreneur, bookkeeping, accounts is going to really help. That's how you're going to what costing would be required to make to carry out your business, or if you're heading a department, what are all the costs involved in running a department. Like in the current situation of pandemic, cost is given a lot of importance. Your organization will ask how you're going to cut down on cost, keeping the quality in mind. You can't compromise on quality, but yes, you have to ensure production costs are taken care of, your operational requirements are taken care of. So don't students don't think that these subjects are not going to help you further. They are going to be the backbone of your entire business if you're going to be an entrepreneur.
Thank you, Jarna.
You're welcome.
Let me tell you, Jarna ma'am just now spoke. She is also our alumna, and she is from ITC Grand Maratha. She is hygiene manager over there. and that is why she is talking with such an authority. Okay. Another thing I would like to tell students about Vaishnavi and Jharna, and I think Jigna is also there. Jigna, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. And I was going to speak something about the computers too, but you finish, then I'll talk. No problem. Go ahead.
No. You first talk, then I say.
Okay. So we have not been, I can't say that we have been unfortunate, but yes, I will still say we were unfortunate because we did not have Windows and what operating systems are now. We learned DOS, which was which was too basic. And when we went to the company, there was no DOS, it was Windows. So we had to actually struggle to learn online. And now, if you can imagine that you have not been taught anything about computers, and when you have to make a report or a presentation and present in an international company, imagine how you will be. So, yes, the students who are learning computers and all the subjects side of main food technology, each and every subject you may feel is not going to work, but is so well planned and so well covered that you will only realize its importance only when you are on board in a company, and will come to you handy unconsciously. You may not realize it even then that, oh, I had learned. You will smoothly do it. But only in such sessions or something you will realize, oh yeah, good, I learned this, or I was able to do this. Okay. So each and every subject has been well planned. There is nothing that is not going to get is not going to come out of use. It may come later, or it can come start. You start working. That is different. But everything has been planned. There's nothing of waste. Okay. That's what I wanted to tell. Madam, over to you.
Thank you, Jigna ma'am.
Most welcome.
So thank you, Jigna. So students, one thing I would like to mention that some of Vaishnavi, Jharna, Jigna, these are our alumni. And also only first year students know, but we have started a mentorship program, which is Gurukul Mentorship 2021, where, you know, these alumni, these are only 3. There are 20 of our alumni who are, mentoring our first year students, mentees. Okay, they have been having online sessions. So that is the extra thing. That is how, you know, they are contributing to their alma mater, to our institute, and they are helping our current students. So I think I would like to mention that also thing about Vaishnavi, that she's also contributing to PVP. Okay. So over to you, Bhagyashree. Anybody else wants to say something? Even if you don't want to ask question, if you want to say about something about the session, about Vaishnavi, anybody?
Ma'am, Vaishnavi ma'am, hello. I wanted to
Hi.
ask that bike products in India and bike products in UK, which bike products are more demanded in UK? And
In
what is the
UK.
difference between the demand of people in India and UK?
In between UK and India, certainly it is different because baked products, for example, biscuits. So the demand for biscuits in India is a lot more different than here because there's a lot more variety here first of all. And products like croissant, pain au chocolat, muffins, cronuts, they are like a daily thing almost, if I may say. Like you might just see every person having a croissant or something every morning for breakfast, which does not hold true for India. And other things like bread. So in India, mainly the only bread that's consumed is a standard white sandwich loaf. But in UK, sourdough is more common. Like white sandwich tin loaf is the most standard thing, and people are shifting towards more artisanal variety of breads, even for consumption at home. So sourdough is actually trending overall globally. And as I said, a lot of companies are investing in sourdough technology because the effect of sourdough on the gut health and all of that is looked at into. So the bread varies that way, and cakes are of course different because Britain has its own set of traditional cakes, and even others like also, if I highlight, the main thing is, as I told you about veganism. So if you are running a bakery, or even if you have a company, a large scale manufacturing company, you will have to cater to the vegan community as well. So there are a lot of companies that invest a lot in making their products vegan or suitable for allergens. Like, even if you take the example of baking powder, there's a company called Kudos Blend. They do completely like soy free baking powders, allergen free baking powders. So that is just one ingredient, but things like gluten free, egg free, dairy free, so those bakery products are also common on shelf, not just in the bakeries. So I think India doesn't really provide like vegan or dairy free bakery products.
Vaishnavi, can you elaborate about sourdough? Just now you said, what is the difference in what is
Yeah,
sourdough basically?
so sourdough does not contain any yeast. It is fermented over a period of time with just flour and water with um, certain microorganisms, like it's selected microorganisms that companies uh, certainly make. But even there are bakeries that have had 100, there's a company in New York which has 100-year-old sourdough culture. So that has to be fed every day. For example, the flour and water, along with the microorganisms that are present in air, ferment that, and then you use that for making your main dough and ferment it for 2 days nearly in the fridge. So the process of making sourdough is quite simple. It is just flour, water, salt, and the sourdough culture. That's it. And then, but you need to be more careful with it because you need to fold the dough after making it twice or thrice. And then it is fermented for a longer period of time. And it has to be 1 or 2 days minimum, because the longer the fermentation period, the more robust the flavor is. So unlike a standard sandwich loaf, which is just fermented for a very short period of time and baked straight away, this is more time consuming and tedious, but the effect of it on the health and just the crumb and the crust characteristics are also very different, because sourdough has a very thin and a very crispy crust.
Okay.
So I recently had the opportunity to attend a conference by Le Safre, which is a yeast company in UK. So they were doing a workshop pertaining to sourdough. So they had sent all participating contestants or participants sourdough cultures in small bottles. So the more selected the organism is, the better the flavor is. And I think each organism contributes to its particular peculiar flavor as well. So where I currently work, the culture is 5 years old. So we just use a part of that and then feed it again. And then it ferments again. And then you use that part of the dough in your main dough.
Okay. Okay. So which organism is main in that, or you don't know which culture they are using?
I am supposed to know, but I don't remember. It is Lactobacillus something.
Okay. 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 So that gives, lot of gut health, probiotic kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are many companies that just put like sourdough powder just for the flavor. So they are finding advancements in sourdough technology as well.
Okay. And what about gluten free? Is it there gluten free bakery products? There is a trend
Yeah.
in India nowadays for gluten-free bakery products. Is it also there in
Yeah,
UK?
it is really, really popular because gluten-free is actually not just like a trend or a fad, because it's a very serious allergy. There was a company here called Pret a Manger. So in 2016, they didn't label their allergens properly. So I think that thing had gluten, and the girl who consumed it had gluten allergy and she died because of it. So after that, they made a law called Natasha's Law, where all the label allergens have to be declared on the packaging, even if it is a normal bakery or normal a food catering business or even the biggest companies. So here now it is not just the smaller companies that provide gluten-free products like gluten-free breads or gluten-free cakes, biscuits. It's even the larger companies that are investing in gluten-free products because there's a very big market for it. So main things that are used for gluten-free bread are like rye flour or almond meal. Some people use psyllium husk, starch like tapioca starch and all of those things. And for cakes, it is mainly almond flour or hazelnut flour or any nut-based things.
Okay. Anybody else wants to ask any question? Girls?
Madam, for the question, Jignaya,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
question that was asked that in India, what variety is available and in UK. So I would, Vaishnavi can correct me or add or whatever, that what I feel in India, specifically for bakery, there are very few things like, I mean,
Limited
one
option.
very, very limited, like just standard things. While
Very
in
standard, yeah.
Yes. So I'll give a comparison example for the students to understand. In India, you know mango, Alfonso mango, and there are 100 other varieties of mangoes. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So similarly, you have loads of variety. So similarly, for the bakery products, they have loads of variety. They can give you 30, 40 types of or 50 types of breads. You can't even imagine
Yeah,
of.
that's true.
Yeah. Similarly, in biscuits or cookies or anything, there are so many varieties that, like for another example, watermelon. Till I was in India, I knew only red watermelon. When I landed in Singapore, I saw yellow watermelon, which is out of our imagination when we do it or see it for the first time. But there are so many different things. So if you Google types of biscuits in UK or any part of the world, Australia or anywhere you think of, you will see the varieties that are available. And in India, you have one fermented biscuit, one sweet biscuit, one salty biscuit. That's it. But there, the variety is like huge. Yeah, Vaishnavi, if you had to say something.
Yeah, and I think the biscuits, even if 2 or 3 companies are providing like things like Monaco or something, they tend to be the same overall, like taste-wise or so. But here
Yeah.
there's not just a lot of variety in terms of the biscuit itself, but how they present it. Like for special occasions, they might just change their NPD a little bit and provide different flavor just for a particular season or Easter, Christmas, Halloween. They change it up a bit always.
Yeah, the basic biscuits in India is glucose, Monaco, Crackjack, Bonbon,
Yeah.
and all the new companies want to copy those originals.
Yeah,
While
that's the thing.
yes, while in UK or outside India, they have so much variety. I mean, you can't
I
find
mean, the biscuit
two.
aisle is just so big. It's bigger than our classrooms in
Yeah,
PVP.
yes, yes. One biscuit could be more than a lunch or a dinner for you. It's so huge and heavy.
But it's just not the biscuits that are on shelf. Bigger, like here, the concept of smaller grocery stores is not there. It's just like a big supermarket. So all major supermarkets, they have their in-store bakeries as well. So the products they sell are very good, like really good, like freshly baked cookies or freshly baked pastries like croissant, pain au chocolat, and they even bake their own bread in the supermarket itself.
Yeah. The number of variety of breads itself is too huge. You get confused
I
what
know.
to say
I
and what
mean, when
not
I
to
did my
say.
bread module here, we learned more than like 20 breads just to
Yes,
make them.
yes, yes. I am able to say this much because I've traveled to Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, the UAE. I've been to Australia and I've been to the US. So I've seen it so much
So
loads
I
of
think
variety to understand and see.
nothing can beat the variety that is available in US. It's just so massive. They have so many options, even if it's just as simple as fruits and vegetables.
Yes, 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 yes. So I just thought the number, if it's one fruit also,
Yeah, the
because
variety.
yes, and then
Even
they have
cauliflower, they have normal
yes,
cauliflower, purple cauliflower, yellow, orange cauliflower.
yes, yes, yes. And
In
then
India
if
also
it
we have that. Huh? In
Oh,
India, they have come up
sorry,
with
ma'am, I
yellow
didn't.
and violet color. In Pune market, they were selling it.
Yeah.
Yellow
and
and violet colored cauliflower.
and then I went to US. They have apple, 10 different apples from 10 different countries.
Oh yeah, that's the same here. And they name each apple, but then you don't know which one to buy. It's just an
Yes,
apple at the end of the day.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, okay. Over to you, Vaishnavi.
So anybody wants to ask question? Anybody, any student wants to know something from her? Yes, students.
Hello, ma'am. What is the annual fee of your college?
Of mine, when I joined the college, it was 9,100 pounds a year. But I think it's increased because I joined 3 years ago.
Oh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else wants to ask anything? Okay, Vaishali is there. Vaishali, you want to say something? Vaishali? I think Vaishali ma'am is not there. Okay. Okay, over to you, Bhagyashri.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Vaishnavi Vora, ma'am, for this excellent webinar. It actually gave us a deep insight to the world outside India, and it was great to have you. I would now request Smita to deliver the formal vote of thanks. Smita, over to you.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Bhagyashri. I'm on behalf of everyone present here. We would like to thank you, Vaishnavi ma'am, for taking time out for us for this webinar and sharing your experience and achievements with us. Thank you for sharing your journey and different perspectives about bakery. This would definitely help us if any one of us planning to do something in bakery and pastries. And having an international exposure to this would be of great help for us to pursue it further. So thank you, ma'am, for taking time out for us for this webinar.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be here.
So thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And if anybody asks me question, I'll pass it on to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are having mentoring sessions also with your mentees. So they will also ask you questions. Your mentees are here? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So happy to see your mentor delivering a lecture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Bye then.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Surekha.